I thought I did. Good morning, yogis and yoginis, in the studio and home. Hello Insta, hello Facebook, hello people here. Beautiful Wednesday morning, a little bit of rain, we need it. We're going to work on the flow, on the water today, a little bit of elements. Take your time to modify anything I say. It's your practice. I'm here just facilitating it. I will cue modifications so people at home listen and act upon it. You can either challenge yourself or really take the modifications of knees down or whatever you know. Don't wait for me to drink water. Drink water whenever you want. And that's it, have fun, right? So we'll start in a seated position on your mat. Forgot to tell you I'm Nissa. And just bring yourself to a really comfortable place. You know how a dog turns around a few times or a cat until they find that spot? So take the time to maybe move the sitting bones around, the head, the hands, and start softening the belly. Let your fear just melt into the mat and soften your belly even more. With every inhale, feel your belly a little bit more. And with every exhale, push some more air out. Continuously and wholesomely breathing. Bring your attention to your rib cage as well, expanding to the sides. Not only belly in and out. And then open your chest, maybe bringing the breath up to your collarbones. Smooth the seams between the inhale and the exhale as if you're water. Just streaming down. From your base to the crown of your head. And come to a more natural breathing. Open your eyes and smile. Big breath in. And let it go through the nose. One more time. Big breath in. Let it go through the nose. Then lift your hands up. Be sure to lower those shoulders and bend from side to side as if you are seaweed in the ocean. I'm going with the water theme today. And while doing these bendings, Be sure to incorporate the core because you're protecting your lower back. You do that by tucking the tailbone in a little bit and firming the belly. Next time you're on the left side, bring the hand down. You're going to be opposite to me. And just inhale, stretch the hand, exhale, bend lower. But again, open the chest by pushing the elbow back and engaging the core. Take it to the other side, coming out slowly. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend over. Oh, that feels good. And come on back up slowly. Take it to a twist to the left. Roll those shoulders down. Inhale, shoot the spine up. And on your exhale, move out of the twist slowly, coming into twist on the other side. I take twists really seriously, especially coming out of them. And exhale, coming back to the center. Walk the hands forward as far as you need today. Release the head. Roll the head from side to side, allowing your cervical spine to loosen up. And then walk the hands a little bit more forward, opening the scapulas, the shoulder blades to the sides, externally rotating them. Well, it's not rotating them, but it's opening them. And come on back up. A little bit of movement here, unstructured. Maybe the head from side to side. Maybe roll the head forward and back. You can go all the way around if your neck feels it's good. And then walk the hands just like 2 steps ahead and push up to table. In table, wrists under your shoulders, so we always are stacking joints, okay? And knees under your hips. 90 degrees all around. I'm opening my fingers of my hands real wide. And I'm gonna shift my weight over the wrists. Test the water. Then come on back all the way, almost to child pose. And again, sway forward over your wrists. Play around with your breath a few times here. You can even explore bringing the hands maybe a little bit more forward and letting your hips come down, a modification of upward dog of sorts. You can also stay in any station of this movement. One or more times this movement. And then tuck your toes under and come onto your heels. So you're sitting on your ankles, stretching the feet. Very uncomfortable pose, bear with me. Circle the wrists. So wrists are so temperamental, I find. One direction, the other. I'm going to give you a repertoire of warming up of the wrists. You can do the hairdresser, policeman, sides. We don't do this much. We do this much, but not this, right? So do that. You can do the 8th, the infinity. I have names for everything. You can do the magnetic wrists. And if you have a magnetic wrist knowledge, it comes from animal flow, so this is not my invention. And last, just stretch the fingers back, opening the hand. So good if you're all day on the computer, carpal tunnel. This is beautiful. Take it to the other hand. And I know the feet are screaming. I know. Shake, shake, shake. Come off the feet. Untuck your toes and tap, 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 tap. Once again, come back to table, maybe cats and cows here. Take a minute or two to explore the movement of your spine. So release the necking cat, exhale. Inhale, release the belly. Open your chest, look up with your inhale. And then move in between those two beautiful movements. Maybe you also need a little bit of wagging the tail, so snake-like movement of the spine. And then open the knees a little bit and circle the hips. But again, it's your time to warm up, and it's your time to listen to your body and what it's telling you. And if you do one direction, do the other. I'm also pushing into my hands, pushing into the ground, so I'm warming up the wrists more. And coming back to center, table proper. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees to a hover. And don't fight that curve of your back. I'm doing it now to show you how to fight it. So go here. Tuck the tailbone in. Neutral spine. Look down. Push the mat away. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. And breathe. Warming up the core is basically engaging the engine. Release knees to the ground, untuck your toes, come to one full breath in child's pose. Come back up, table, tuck your toes under, hovering of the knees. This time stepping the left leg back and bringing it back. Right leg, bring it back. A few more times of that on your own pace with your own breath. Try to marry the movement with the breath or to the breath. Don't forget tucking the tailbone in. One more to each side. And lower the knees, untuck the toes, come to a full breath in child's. Bring it back to table. Tuck your toes under, come to a hover. Push those hips to your ankles. If you need a visual, look at me. So I'm doing this. I'm not going to downward dog. I'm just doing this. If you have healthy knees, bounce a few times. That will bring fire to your thighs. Nice. Then come back to table, hover knees. One breath here, and back to that funky cat about to jump position. Hold it here or bounce. Come back to table hover, release the knees, come to child pose, hold some breath here. And bring it back to table. Tuck your toes under, and this time We are ready to fly. Downward dog, so hips go up and back. Now in downward dog, you can leave the knees bent as long as you're opening your back. And the way you do it is release the head, say yes and no. Breathe, roll those shoulders away from your ears, and then start paddling the feet. So one heel comes down at a time, stretching the hamstrings, but the challenge here is don't move the upper body. Come to stillness, maybe lowering the heels, maybe not. Push those hips back. Engage the core. Now everybody, bend your knees really low. Look forward, hop, or walk to meet your hands. Hip distance apart, the feet. Hands releasing everything to the ground. Bend your knees plenty. Let your body rest on your thighs. Release the neck. If you want, you can grab opposite hands here or elbows to ragdoll and let gravity pull your head down. One more breath here. Bring those hands slowly to your thighs and come all the way up. Here I like to tuck the tailbone in again, engage the glutes. Don't flare your rib cage. Pull it in. So the core is a monoblock. It's a corset here. Open the shoulders, open your hands, Tadasana pose. I'm digging my toes into the mat. And this is the base to all balancing. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinging from the hips, pushing the hips back, not the knees forward, coming to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins or the mat. Neutral back, tuck the tailbone in a little bit, but don't curve your back. Look down, crown of your head shooting forward. Micro bend the knees. And now shift your weight into your thighs and push them back. Maybe lifting the toes. My core is super, super engaged. Release everything, bending the knees, bringing the hands to the mat. Jump or walk the legs to plank. Here too, pay attention to your wrists stacking under your shoulders. So you want to make a close chain kind of with the floor. Nothing is loose. Tuck the tailbone in, engage the glutes, suck the belly in, and push, 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 push with your hands. Look down and breathe. Now if you have managed to open your scapulas here, it takes time to recognize them. Open them more. So I imagine I have an orange in my armpit, and I'm rounding myself around it. On your next exhale, come all the way down slowly to the mat. Untuck your toes. One full breath here. Engage feet, engage glutes. Hands next to your body. Inhale. Exhale, come to baby cobra. Don't push with your hands. Only the back is working. You can lower the head. And release to the mat. Push to table. Push to child's. Big breath here. Push back up to table. Push back up to downward dog. Bring the right hand to your left shin, diagonally under your body. Inhale. Exhale, twist under your armpit. Look up. Hold your shin. Yes. Bring it back. Left hand to the right shin. Grab a hold. Inhale. Exhale. Twist under your armpit. I hope you put deodorant. No jokes. And bring it back. Look forward, bend the knees, walk or hop to meet your hands. Forward fold if you need a little bit more of a challenge. Bring your hands behind your legs. Wherever you grab is wonderful. Micro bend the knees, then release the head. On your inhale, straighten the legs. On your exhale, pull in. And release. Inhale all the way up. Circle sweep the hands, tucking the tailbone in. Opening up to Tadasana. Come back to the yoga. Come back to the breath. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, neutral back. Exhale, maybe hands to the mat and you jump to plank. Engage everything you've got here. 4 breaths. We did 3 before. I'm going to do 4 now. Building up, building up. If this is too hard, lower your knees. It's always a possibility to regress in order to progress. Keep on pushing. This is essential in tucking the tailbone in. 1 more breath. Chaturanga Dandasana is next, or your choice to do what we did before, which is baby cobra. Chaturanga Dandasana, put over your wrists like we did in the warm-up. Halfway down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful time now to get off your wrists and grab some water. Maybe circle the wrists, give them a little bit of a rest. Or if you're like me, I sweat. And it is toasty and wonderful today here, right? Yeah. Sorry, people at home. Right. Meet your downward dog. Good. Inhale and exhale. Come back to the yoga and to your breath in downward dog. Next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Jump or walk to meet your hands, forward fold. Forward fold, maybe challenging yourself, maybe not. Inhale, circle sweep the hands all the way up. Hands to heart center, sitting down to chair. So chair is halfway down of forward fold. And if you keep hinging from the hips and pushing those hips back, that's where you want to be. Never knees over toes. Then tuck tailbone in, open the chest, roll shoulders back. If you want to go lower, look for a bum-bum, with your bum-bum, for a chair. But never let the shoulders be lower than your hips. That makes sense? Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Bring them up. Activate the glutes. Push those hips forward. Release the head, a little bit of a back bend. Not too shabby. Bring it back to Tadasana. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga Dandasana or baby cobra is next. Push forward, halfway down. Upward dog, downward dog. So meet me in downward dog. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, right leg goes up. Lift the back heel as well. Bend the leg to your chest, round your back, and come over your wrists. Again, as we did in the warm-up. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Try to square the hips before bringing the left hand next to your foot, your front foot, and open the right hand to the sky, twisting to the right. Make sure your knee is not swaying. If you are not comfortable, open your feet a little bit more or use a block. One more breath. And frame the front leg. This time bring the right hand to the inside of your foot. Toe heel the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Setting to lizard. Or setting for lizard. Now if you're here and you like more, bring your forearms down. If this is too much, lower the back knee. Use blocks if you have, and breathe. Pull yourself back up. And a funky way to go back to plank. Hands in the inside of the leg. Yep. Straighten the right leg up and around to plank. Just to spice it up. Core. Chaturanga Dandasana or baby cobra. Go ahead, meet you a downward dog. Two breaths here just to come back to your pace. Lower your heart rate by actively talking to it. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up in the air. Lift the back heel, bend the leg to your chest, round the back, and come over your wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot, step it. Make sure you're hip distance apart, because you know if you're on a rope, you're going to fall. Bring the right hand next to your left foot. Make sure your knees stacked over the ankle, and open the left hand to the sky. Try to keep the hips square. Breathe. Roll those shoulders down, away from the ears. Back leg strong. And lower the left hand right to the inside of your foot, your left foot. Then toe heel the foot to the outer left side of the mat, setting up for lizard. Again, modifications. Either lower the back knee or lower yourself to your forearms. Back leg is engaged. This is a hip opener, so let it open the hip. And on your next exhale, push yourself back up, straightening the left leg forward and roll it around. That's a tricky one, right? Yep. Chaturanga Dandasana, my friends, or baby cobra. Upward dog, downward dog. All right, water. Is that a good time for party time? So grab a drink of water. Circle your wrists always coming out. Let it lubricate. What a beautiful word. Lubricate a little bit more. And meet you in downward dog. Full breath here. Release the neck. Say yes and no. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. On your next inhale, right leg goes up. Lift the back heel, bend it and step it straight away between your hands. Lower the back heel to set up for warrior two. And come up using your core and open the hands. Ta-da! I switched sides, nobody looked at me. It's okay. So again, take a moment here to adjust. Knee stacked over your ankle, always. Straight line down. Then open your hips. It's a hip opener. Open them. Once this is open, shoulders should be stacked over your hips. Hands open up, then you look forward to the right side. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Left hand can go around your back or just sit on the hip, on the left hip. Tear the mat apart with your feet. Tuck the tailbone in. Lower the shoulders, breathe. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Then push forward as far as you can to the right, forward right. Straighten the right leg. Flip the hands to face the left and come to triangle. Now here you can bring the hands inside, the hand inside or outside, or hold the block. Whatever is in your practice. If you are a bendy type, maybe fingers of the right hand in between the toes. Maybe. Push those hips forward. Bend the right leg. Engage core. Come back to warrior two. Straighten the right leg once again and bring it to be parallel to the left. Big breath here. Open the hands and dive into a forward fold, pushing the hips back. Don't have a micro bend in your knees. Don't lock them. Hands can come in the center, or you can hold your legs. And the same thing we did in a forward fold. Inhale. Let the ground push you or pull you. Shift your weight into your toes, allowing the head maybe come close to the ground. And on your exhale, push those hips up. One more breath. And then everybody bring the hands to the center, in between your legs. Bring those heels a little bit inward, just a tiny bit. And side bend or side lunge those legs. You can be here. You can be here. Hands on the thigh can help. Or you can challenge yourself and do some snake, like in Tai Chi, and that's lifting your body and just lounging, letting the hands be part of the game. Now I'm trying to leave my feet on the ground, so I'm creating ankle mobility. Alrighty, one more time to each side. Bring the hands back to the center. Bring the toes back in. Parallel feet. Inhale, open the hands. Don't lock your knees. Engage core and come all the way up. Bring it back to warrior two with the right leg to the front. Now, it's my signature move, I think. We're gonna cartwheel the back leg and the back hand to meet the front, but do it silly. Ha ha ha, challenge. So I do this. You do you. Love it. Nice. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, maybe jump, maybe walk. Be strong, tuck the tailbone in. That will create activity in your core. We like that. Once more, Chaturanga Dandasana, or your choice of baby cobra. Upward dog, and meet you in downward dog. 2 breaths. Come back to the yoga. Come back to the breath. On your next inhale, left leg goes up. Lift the back heel, bend it, and step it in between your hands, lowering the back heel, the right back heel, setting up for warrior two on the left side. Now, I always have to adjust, always. So take the time to find that place in which everything is just sweet. Opening the hips, it's a hip opener, as I said before. Hands stretching to the sides, lower those shoulders. Engage the core by tucking the tailbone in. Don't sass your bum bum. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Right hand, yogi's choice. And yoginis too. We always have a choice, right, ladies? One more breath here. Try to tear the mat apart by pushing the feet into the mat. Inhale, exhale, come back to warrior two. Take a minute and start pushing yourself forward to the left side. Hinging from the hips, I'm not changing anything here, just forward. Then open the palms of your hands, straightening the left leg, coming to triangle. Did you hear it? My back went cluck. Beautiful. I'm getting old. One more breath here. Lower those shoulders, don't crunch them. Beautiful adjustments, you guys. And bend the left leg. Engage core, come on up. Straightening the left leg once again, bringing the foot to be parallel to the left. Now bring them a little bit in, like a little bit. All right, we're not going into goddess, not yet. Just circle the hips a little bit. Warrior two is a hip opener. So this is so important after to reset. So I don't know if you do heavy weight, but when you pull up, deadlift, you push the hips forward to just readjust. So that's what we're doing here. Nice. Beautiful. Now bring those heels inward and open the feet about 35 degrees. Don't go to straight legs to the sides. It's not going to be stable. Then bend the knees the same direction as your toes, always. So if you open your hips more, the knees are going to go further out. If you do this, this is not healthy for the knees. You want to do this, okay? And then tuck the tailbone in, Lotus Mudra, which means palms of your hands together, pinkies and thumbs, heart center. Challenge here to go lower, but open those knees. So you're going lower and you're opening the knees to the sides. Breathe. One more breath. On your exhale, come on up, straightening the legs, straightening the hands. Circle the hands down, around, bring them in, come down. All the way down, hold it. Tuck the tailbone in. One breath. And come all the way up. Circle the hands around. Bring them to heart center, come down. Last time. So here I saw Taylor doing a beautiful thing. You can lift your heels if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, burning. And bring the heels down. Shoot yourself up straight. Open the hands, don't come down this time. Once again, a little bit of circling of the hips. You can bring the toes in if it's more comfortable for you. So hips are very, very genetically embedded in you. That's not the word, but you got my drift. Bring the hands, the legs a little bit closer, wet ropes from side to side. Now, if you want to take it further, you can lift the heel once you move to one side. Reason being, to not aggravate the knee. And just breathe. Isn't it beautiful? We can do this. And come to stillness once again. Setting up for warrior two with the left leg on the front. Making that silly billy jump. Bringing the back leg and the back hand to meet the front. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, maybe jump to plank. You can lower your knees or stay here for 4 breaths. If you're like me and you need movement, you can push back and forth with your toes. Again, strengthening the wrists. If this is too much, you can always go to your forearms or lower the knees. 2 more breaths. Push the mat away with your hands. Tuck the tailbone in. And we're going down in the count of 6. So tuck those elbows in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release yourself to the mat. Release the hands. If you are giving one side of your body to the mat, be sure to do the other one as well. If you need to drink water, please do so. If you need to use the cloth, please do so. Mini Shavasana to readjust. We're going to be here for like 2 more breaths. So just be sure to meet me on the mat. And on your next inhale, bring the forehead to the mat.
Interlace the fingers behind your back or hold the towel there. Engage legs into the mat, so much so that your knees are hovering. Inhale, exhale, peel your chest up, and then bring the hands up. Keep on engaging the feet. And release. Open the hands to a T, and just move. Either windshielding the legs or just moving the pelvis. Some resetting movement again. And then set it up again. This time you are welcome to lift the legs as well. So hands behind you, either tangled or not, it's up to you. Inhale, activate the legs. Exhale, come up, and maybe the legs too. Roll those shoulders away. You can look down and breathe. One more breath. Inhale, go higher and release. Hands to a T. Again, windshield a little bit. Talk to your heart. Lower your heart rate. Set it up again. Legs on the mat. You can stay with your legs and hands up or come to bow. Inhale. Exhale. Grab your feet if you're doing bow. Bring the knees together and kick in or kick up. One more breath. And release. To the mat. Open your hands. Breathe. One more wholesome breath. And then bend the left leg. Lift it up a little bit. And then push it to the right back side. So if you need a visual, look at me. I'm pushing the foot to the back, tilting on my right shoulder. Now, if you want more, wait, there's more. Bring the left hand to grab your foot behind you. Yes. If you can't, just leave it behind you. Open that knee to the sky and stretch. Nice forms, everybody. And bring it back slowly, you guys. Slow. Take a minute to breathe and reset. Bend the right leg this time. Lift it up and then push it to the left side. Here, make sure you are finding the floor first. If your foot is not finding the floor, try to open the knee some more or play around with the angle. Then right hand goes back and holds to the foot. Modifications, you can straighten your leg as Corina is doing, or just stay here, stretching the front of our shoulder. And come out of it really slow, you guys, as slow as you can. Then push yourself to table. And push yourself to child with open knees if you can. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful, round, profound breath. And I invite you to notice the difference when you breathe and your belly is restricted. Where does the air go? Come back to table. Ooh. Come back to proper table, 90 degrees all around. Tuck your toes under, come to downward dog, but not for long. Walk the hands back to your feet. Forward fold. Bring the palms of your hands under your feet. So gorilla stretch is next. Bend the knees, release upper body on top of your thighs, and do the same as we did in the warm-up. Inhale, pull with your hands down and also your head. Exhale, straightening the knees, pushing the hips up. One more time, inhale, pull, exhale, hips up. And release. Grab your big toes with your two victory fingers and come to a halfway lift. Tuck the tailbone in. So I'll give you the side view. I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm here. So you can bend the knees, but still tuck the tailbone in. Release all activity. Bend the knees plenty and come all the way up. Hands up, come back to chair. You didn't think we're going to have only one chair, right? Shift your weight in chair to the right leg. Lift the left. Circle the heel so you know you're stable. I'm going to move here. And then start hinging while two legs are bent. Straightening the legs together, coming to warrior three. Now, once you're here, you can open your hands and dial that left hip down. Breathe, open the chest, bend the standing leg, bend the back leg, come back to chair, hands in heart center. Breathe. Who would have thought chair is a resting pose? Once again, shift to the left leg, your weight, yes. Lift the right. So you're here just to check. Circle the ankle and start flying, straightening the right leg to the back, straightening the standing leg, coming to either airplane or warrior three. Almost said two. Dial that right hip down and bring it back home to chair. Inhale, circle sweep the hips and the hands up. A little bit of a back bend, engage glutes. And come back to Tadasana. Shift your weight into the right leg. Lift the left leg. Straighten it forward. Set it up for pyramid. So I like to open my back leg a little bit to the side. Some people like it straight forward. Square the hips by just rotating them a little bit. Micro bend the knees. Hands on the hips, or if you want more, you can always hold your hands behind you in prayer, like Corina here is doing. And hinge from the hips, pushing the hips back, not locking the knees, coming all the way down. So this is a beautiful stretch. Once your hips say that's it, you can lower your hands to the ground and round your body over your leg. Maybe locking the belly. And when I say locking the belly means just pulling it in completely. On your next exhale, come out of it really slow. So I'm straightening my back first, squaring the hips if I went somewhere. Bring the hands to the hips. Engage core and come up. Bring the back leg to meet the front. Shift the weight to the to the left leg, lifting the right. Straightening the leg, setting it up for pyramid. Again, your choice to either have the feet open to one direction, hip distance apart, or just bring the back heel a little bit inward. Square the hips to the front. So I'm always looking forward, my shoulders stacked over the hips, hands on your hips or behind your back, micro bend the knees, hinge from the hips, push those hips back as you go down. Then release the hands to the ground and maybe round yourself over your leg. If you want to come lower, you can always grab your foot instead of the mat. One more breath here. Push those hips back. And then bring the hands back to the hips, straightening the back. Engage core. Come on up. Nice. Bring the back leg to meet the front. Open the feet. By my calculations, we're supposed to be like at the top of the mat. So open your feet, not completely top, but somewhere there. Bring those heels in. We're going to go to yogi squat. If you pay attention to what I'm doing, I never do this, ever. So bad to the knees and everything, ligament around it. So, goddess, chair, down. So opening, then hinging back, find the little chair. Yes, and then all the way down. Beautiful. Now, if this is not in your practice, lift your heels or put a block under your bum bum. If you're here, I invite you to engage your glutes. So this is without glutes, this is with. Just crunching the bum bum. That's a whole different story. One more breath. And then release everything, including bum bum to the ground. It's not elegant, trust me. And that's fine. Now everybody with feet, yes, everybody with feet to one direction, which is the mirrors. Beautiful. Activate your legs by flexing the foot and then round forward. Now, if you want to open the lower back, round yourself all the way down. If you want to stretch the legs, bend a little bit your knees, straighten your back, and then straighten the legs. So straight back is for back of the legs, rounding back is for lower back. One more breath. And come on right back up. Bring the right leg on top of the left. So this is what I do. I position my knee on top of the other. If this is not in your practice, do this. That's fine. Some people prefer this. Play around. Feel your hips, feel your back. And then round yourself forward, foot in flex. Round yourself forward once again. And here I like to just let my head go on my top knee or leg. Absolutely, you can always use strap. Always. If you have one. And if you don't have a strap, you can use your towel. Try to round your back and release the back from activity. That's why I said I like to put my chin on my leg. Then the stretch is so much more pronounced. And come on back up as slow as you can. Every stretch, transition, every transition is a position. Now, coming to a twist, you have two choices. Either the leg be here or inside the same leg, okay? Or you can stay here and bend the straight leg. So, options, here or here, or here. Once you're here, your right leg is on top, so left hand goes over the thigh, twist to the right. Maybe this time you can even look to the back. Open the chest some more. Inhale, elongating the spine. Exhale, twisting. And come out of it slowly, slowly. A lot of respect here. And switch legs. So left leg on top or here. Your choice, you know where we're going. Flex the foot, round forward. Release your back. That's where the intention of the pose is. So no matter where you are, just let yourself go. Let the head hang heavy. Only the straight leg is stretching, but we're bringing a lot of space to the spine. And slowly as can be, come out of it. I can't emphasize it enough. Again, either here for a twist or here, or bend the right leg, kind of like a mermaid. Sit up. I like knees on top of the other if you can. Right hand over the left thigh. Twist to the left. Once again, inhale, elongate, grow taller, or as I say, grow up. Then open the chest and look to the back. And with every breath, you tweak something else. And bring it back slowly, slowly with your breath. Legs to the front. Straighten, maybe a little bit of a shake, shake, shake after all these stretches. And we're going to go down to the mat. Try to do it slowly on the count of 6. So tuck the tailbone in. Yes. As a Carrie needs to turn around, so if you can tell her. So 6, not Carrie with K. 6, 5, 4. Tuck the tailbone in. Round your back. 2, 1. Release. Open the hands to the heaven. Maybe over your head. That's also a possibility. Just to open the chest up and ground yourself. Round and wholesome breaths here. One more pose and then, you guys, it's just letting go. So bring the knees just over your hips, bending the legs. Like in table, but reverse. Then bring the hands to your thighs. Tuck the tailbone in, so eliminate that natural curve that you have in the lower back. Try to glue the back to the mat. Then push the hands into the thighs and push the thighs into your hands. So there are 3 power points here.
Keep on doing this. This is only time. Keep on pushing. Hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands. Lower those shoulders, don't crunch them up. And glue the back to the mat. 10, 9. Push, push, push. 8, 7, 6, 5. The most you can. 3, 2, 1. Bring the soles of your feet together to the mat and open the knees to the side. Best core exercise ever from Erin. Thank you, Erin. No impact, and yet so much work. Once again, bring the hands to your thighs, thumbs on the inside of your thighs, and here you can decompress your lower back. That worked so hard now. You can decompress it by pushing your hands into the thighs and just bringing some space to the lower back. If you suck the belly in, you can push even more. And release. Bring the feet to the mat. Legs bent, open the hands to a T, and just windshield the legs from side to side. A few times, finding your way into a supine twist on the right side next time you want. So both legs, one on top of the other, falling to the right, hands in a T. If you want another layer, you can look to the left. Modifications, only one leg bent, the other straight. Play around and find the right angle. Breathe in and out. And using your core, bend your legs close to your chest and take it to the other side. Nice. Once again, play around. Find that sweet spot in which your body is completely inactive. Keep on breathing. And the challenge here is to let go, right? After all the hard work. Then activate the core again, bend the legs if they're straight, bring them back to your chest, and give yourself a big hug. Maybe sway from side to side, free massage. This is the time where you wanna take anything left in the body out. So maybe a hip opener by circling the knees outwards, like in swimming, or happy baby, or bridge, your choice. Once again, close your eyes and explore what your body needs just before we come to Shavasana. Shavasana is just as good as your letting go is. Take your time to come to your backs. Allow the ground to hold you. Melt into it. And scan yourself from top to bottom, paying attention to places you're still holding some tension. Breathe into those places. Let them open up with a breath. We're going to take at least 10 breaths here in complete silence. Let your breath flow like a river back into the awareness that you are actually here, that your body is here, but your mind can always travel. Start wiggling your toes and your fingers, bringing some movement back in. Take your time. Maybe circling the wrists and the ankles. Maybe a big stretch, stick pose, hands over your head, and with your inhale, stretch and let go with your exhale. Pull yourself to one side, doesn't matter which one. Take a breath and push yourself back up to a seated position facing me, or stay on your back, it's your choice. Even in Shavasana. Bring yourself to that comfortable, sweet spot of a sitting up. Yogi's choice to do whatever you want with your hands. We're going to finish the practice with the sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale. Let it go through the nose. And then Om. I thank you so much for coming and practicing with us. It's beautiful to see your practice, and it's beautiful to bathe in your energy. I thank you. Namaste. Have a great day, you guys.